grade. We are ready to get into our next chapter in language. Prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, the rest of the sentence. You should be on page 205. Page 205 for today's lesson. First of all, so far we have learned 5 parts of speech. 5 different parts of speech. Now, what are the 5 parts of speech? What are you thinking of when I say 5 parts of speech? Now, the 5 that we have learned so far that you should be thinking of is noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, and adverb. Okay? We have a noun, which is our thing, whatever we're talking about. Our verb tells what happened. Pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. Adverbs and adjectives are describing words. Remember, adjectives describe things. They make it much more interesting. Adverbs describe verbs. They describe maybe how you did something, or they can describe themselves. They can describe other adverbs or adjectives. And remember, when they do that, they usually supersize or emphasize. For example, if you get a hamburger, and you say you have a large hamburger, if you would have an adverb there, supersizing it, you would say you have a very large hamburger. And that would be an adverb describing an adjective. So we talked about that. Let's look at these 2 sentences that I have on the board, and let's try to figure out what each kind of word is in these sentences. So the first sentence, we have Heather and Brian worked quickly. Now, the first thing we want to do is figure out what our verb is. What is our verb in the first sentence? So what action is being done in this sentence? Now, our action is worked. Next, to figure out what our subject is or what our nouns are, we're going to say who or what worked. Who or what worked? So obviously here, Heather and Ryan worked. Let's just write here that this was a verb, and now we have Heather and Ryan are our subjects. So those would also be our noun. The part of speech that they are is a noun. Now remember, when we have a compound subject like this is our joining word. Now quickly is a describing word, and what is it describing? Is it describing Heather and Ryan, or is it describing how they worked? And quickly here is describing how they worked. So quickly would be an adverb. Since quickly is describing a verb, quickly would be an adverb. Let's look at our next sentence. What is the action? What is happening in the second sentence? What do you think? Will you be finished soon? What do you think is the action here? Now, the action here is, look carefully, this is a verb phrase. It's not just one word, it's actually 3 words. Will be finished is our verb, okay? Will be finished. Now, who or what will be finished? That would be who or what will be finished will tell you what our noun or what our subject is. So here, you will be finished. So you is our noun. Now we have one more word, soon. Soon says when. It answers the question when. So if you remember what questions adverbs and adjectives answer, you should be able to figure out if it's an adjective or an adverb. But what is soon talking about? Is soon talking about you? Soon you? Or is it soon will be finished? Which would make more sense if you would read them together? Now, it would make more sense to say soon will be finished than soon you. So we know that soon is describing our verb. And since soon is describing our verb, soon is an adverb. Words that describe verbs are adverbs. Very good. So we are going to learn in today's lesson and in this chapter about the sixth part of speech called the preposition. Say that with me. Preposition. Preposition. Kind of a big word. What is a preposition? Now, a preposition is a word, a kind of word that shows relationship between a noun or pronoun that comes after it and some other word in the sentence. Now, if that did not make sense, let's look at this. I think these are all a little bit crooked, so pretend they're not, okay? I have a sentence here. The pen is above the book. Okay, that's kind of a strange sentence, but you'll know why I used it here soon. In this sentence, we do have a preposition. The word above is a preposition, and this is why. Above shows the relationship between this noun that comes after it and another word in the sentence, which is pen. Okay, so the pen is above the book. Above, the preposition above tells us that the book is tells us that the pen is above the book. Okay, so when we're talking about a book and a pen, our word or preposition here says that the relationship between this pen and the book is that the pen is above the book. Okay, so that's what a preposition does. It tells us the relationship between the word after it and something else. Now, we could also say the pen is under the book. Then under would be the preposition. That would say the relationship between the pen and the book is that it is under the book or underneath the book. You could say the pen is beside the book. Or we could say the pen is in or within the book. Okay? Those kinds of words are prepositions. They tell us the relationship between a word that comes after the preposition and another word in the sentence. We're going to do a lot of working with our prepositions. There are a lot of them. If you look at the board, it is full for a reason because there are so many prepositions and we're going to learn them all. Here are prepositions. These are all prepositions. Now, we are going to learn them all by memory. How are we going to do that? Now, I know that some of you heard last year we worked with the fourth graders who are fifth graders now. We learned a preposition song, and some of you liked it and some of you hated it, right? Okay, well, either way, we're going to use that song. We're going to try to use that song to help us to learn these prepositions, okay? Now, have fun with it. Even if you don't like it, just put yourself into it and it will at least help us to learn. You don't have to ever sing it again after we're done with language class if you don't want to. But I'm not going to sing a solo. So I actually have a video of them singing it from last year, and I'm going to turn that on. And I don't know if this is actually going to work doing this over video, but we're going to try. And if it works, we'll keep learning it. And if it doesn't, we'll stop. The prepositions here are listed in the order that they are in the song. So I hope that you can read them. I'm going to pull this forward so that you can read them better. Okay, so as we listen to the song, follow along and follow the prepositions on the board here as we go through the song. And you can, I will get it up and we will start. Just stay with me for a little bit. Just stay, I'm still here. All right. So, a lot of prepositions, and see if we can learn this together. Ready? Almost ready? Okay. So follow along, and if you want to sing, you can. I hope you can hear them. It might not be super clear, but that's why you need to look at the words on the board while they're singing. Ready?
A board above a crust against the long ground. A bit among after rat, except for Dory down. Behind me, a weepy beside, between before beyond. Fight from a horn of rum until onto a pond. Under pieces up like they're passed through. With and without, outside, toward, inside, into two.
Okay, now I don't know how well you could hear that, but we are going to leave that for today. And if you could hear it well, I will try to find out if that came through okay. And we're going to try to keep learning them. One way or another, whether we use the song or not, we're going to try to learn them. So in our lesson today, go ahead and read page 205. Read that to yourself. Remember, prepositions show relationship between the word after them and another word. Like when we had the pen above the book, under the book, beside, within the book. So we have a whole list of them. In your book, they're not in the order of the song, which is why I have them here on the board. I will give you a paper. I will try to give you a paper with the prepositions listed in this order so that you can sing them off your paper in the right order and you don't get confused. In your lesson today on page 206, you need to fill in the blanks with an appropriate preposition, and you may look at the list at the top of the page to help you. Okay? So that is all I have for today, and you can go ahead and work your lesson. Let me know if you have any questions, and you can let me know what you thought of the song too, and if you could hear it come through. I'll have to ask you when I talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. So have a good rest of your day, and thank you for listening.